Hello, everybody. Welcome on to Talking Fitchburg on this Monday, February 7th, 2022. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you got outside, enjoyed some of those nice temperatures. As promised, I got out and grilled last night. It was just so nice out to be out there. And I'll tell you, a grilled steak tastes just so good. Anything grilled, though, really tastes good. Just saying. And yes, it was a little cold. Funny enough, I go to, have the dinner, whatever, get the kids to bed. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to go put the cover on. I get out there, almost fell on the deck because of the light drizzle last night. It was a little slick out there. So almost turned my great grilling into a disaster really fast, but I digress. I hope you had a fun weekend and didn't fall like I almost did. And yeah, we've got a great week in store. Great temperatures. We've got some chances for snow coming up as well, but we'll keep an eye on that. You can stay up to that on the update every day. Today's show, we got a lot coming up. It's our first week of the month for TF, and we always have a special guest, Jill McCone, on to kick things off in the Fitchburg Senior Center. We'll see what's happening down there. Plus, we'll talk a little bit about fire safety when it comes to heating your homes. Yeah, you're like, Jeremy, we're in the middle of winter. We know this. We need to keep practicing, keep it safe, keep the discussion going. We'll talk with Dorn on that coming up. So let's get you some headlines on this Monday. Election information. Yes, we're just a month out now from election, and you'll hear about spring primary. But there is no primary in Fitchburg this go around. So spring primary election does happen here in the February timeframe, but it's not happening this year, or at least in our area. So we'll pass that. We've got your spring election, which is coming up on Tuesday, April 5th, fall primary election on Tuesday, April 9th, and the general election is on Tuesday, November 8th. So did I say, oh, I'm sorry, August 9th. I apologize. I meant to say August 9th. Either way, that is coming up. As far as what's coming up here is for local one on April 5th, the spring election. Here's your local races. In District 1, Seat 2, a 2-year term, Joe Maldonado, incumbent, will be facing off with Mark Fairchild. And then the other races are uncontested. And you can see Gabriella for Seat 2, or District 2, Seat 4. District 3, Seat 6 will remain Shannon. And District 4, Seat 8 will have Randy Udell. Of course, there could be write-ins here, but that's where it stands here for your election locally. We'll keep passing on if there's any other races that come up for each district here on Talking Fitchburg. Goals for snow and ice control policies. You ever wonder if there's a policy for that, for how we deal with the snow removal? There is. And we'll break some of it down for you. And this is from our Public Works. Says to reduce the risks to the traveling public on city maintained roads to support necessary emergency operations by police, fire, and ambulance services. Provide reasonable, safe school bus routes and safety zones, or school zones, keep them safe. Provide reasonable, safe metro bus routes, bike routes, and pedestrian street crossings, and reduce economic loss to the community and industry caused by workers unable to get to their jobs or to make deliveries. Also including minimizing the environmental impact of winter road maintenance by using the least amount of salt and other de-icing chemicals that are effective in clearing the roads. Provide more efficient, cost-efficient, and responsive winter operations as part of the City of Fitchburg Street Division and Public Works Department. And there is a complete snow and ice control policies. Those are run through the Board of Public Works, and you could read those certainly on our website at fitchburgwi.gov. But that's the basis for our guidelines to snow removal. Public hearing on the mayor's proposed ARPA and TID closure investment plan. That's happening tomorrow night. Yeah, on February 8th at 7:30 p.m. The Common Council will hold a public hearing at the Fitchburg City Hall and virtually regarding the mayor's proposed ARPA/TID closure investment plan. You can access that plan. Go to fitchburgwi.gov and see the mayor's proposed plan. Following this, we'll continue on our schedule here. Council proposed amendments will be due to the Finance Department on Monday, February 14th at 4:30 p.m. A summary of those will be placed on the website by Thursday, February 17th. Committee of the whole meeting to discuss the council's amendments will be held on Wednesday, February 23rd. And then the public hearing at Common Council meeting will be held on Tuesday, March 22nd. followed by the discussion and actions, amendments, and adoption of the spending plan on March 22nd, 2022. If you got any additional questions on that, again, go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov. It's right on the homepage there, and you could read the whole the whole plan, and learn all the steps that are involved in this. All right, property tax payment reminder. After the due date, you have to send your payments to Dane County Treasurer. This happens every year after January 31st, or starting as of February 1st of the year. Now we're in 2022. Property tax payments should be made payable to Dane County Treasurer and mailed to Dane County Treasurer, P.O. Box 1299, Madison, Wisconsin 53701. More information on that is at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Click on the finance page and taxes, and you can learn how that all works. All right, switching over to a fun activity. If you're looking to get healthy, I know I am. I've been saying it for, 20 years. Be Active Wisconsin Community Fitness Challenge. Not easy to say, but fun to do. It starts March 1st through the 31st. Yeah, you want to join Team Fitchburg? Well, here we go. The challenge is up to you. Sign up for $10 to help Team Fitchburg compete and get a little motivation to stay active in these cold winter months. All participants will receive a t-shirt, and the winning community receives a traveling trophy. I don't know if we've won this yet, because I've never seen the trophy. Andrew, you've seen the trophy on this yet? Well, we better check that out. Let's bring the trophy home to Fitchburg, folks. Join Team Fitchburg today. That's through the Recreation Department if you want to sign up for that. All right, finally, I do want to get to the story. Little John's 300-gallon steamed jacketed kettle. Look at how big this thing is. 300 gallons of fun. Yeah. This kettle here, I like how they wrote this from Little John's. This bad boy will be placed into our future location off of Verona Road to help us prepare over 40,000 meals a week, regardless of the means. Yeah. What does a steam jacketed kettle ask? Well, Andrew, utilize steam energy to transfer heat via conduction to food products. Basically, it heats up food really fast. 300 gallons of steam action. I like it. All right, let's put that to rest. We'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we're talking about heating your home safely with fire prevention tips from Adam Dorn. Then we'll check in with the Fitchburg Senior Center a little bit later in the show. You are watching TF.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Fitchburg Fire Department, it's Adam Dorn. That must mean it's time for safety, fire safety. How's it going?
That is one of the best intros I've heard you do.
If you asked me to repeat that, I would not be able to do that.
I think we should ask him to do it again.
Nope. But we are going to talk about something that we've talked about in the past. As things start to cool down, you and I like to go out in the woods, do some hunting. It's just time to think about, I almost said hunting safety. Heating safety.
But maybe that's an idea for one of our next episodes.
Hunting safety, not a bad thing. Yeah. Gotta have those harnesses and everything ready to go. But we do want you to stay safe as it does get cool here, if it ever gets cool. I mean, when we tape this, we're kind of in a warming trend, so we'll see if it cools down here in the near future. But there are some things that we definitely want you to stay safe with when we're thinking heating safety. So we're just going to kind of go through through the gamma here of different heating things. But first and foremost, Dorn, if you're put on the spot, like heating safety, where's the first thing you're going to check out as you get ready for winter and the cold temperatures?
Well, let's make sure the furnace actually operates as it's designed to. Right?
Okay.
A lot of times people will just, even me, I've done it too, just, it's getting cold, turn your furnace on and be done. You know, sometimes when you have a newer furnace, it's not such a big deal because you know it's going to work. But as the furnace gets older, along with their house and everything else, sometimes things break or they don't operate as smoothly as they should. So it's always good to get your furnace checked up. You know, do a checkup on your furnace, just like you go to the doctor for a checkup. Bring the servicemen out to your house and have them check up your furnace.
Next one that I think of is space heaters, that you're just pulling these out, and I love when you fire up a good space heater and you smell the burning smell of dust and grime and everything else in between. What can we do to ensure that those things are going to work properly? And not that you can guarantee it by any means. We're not here to say good or bad or whatever, but what would you do?
Yeah, I would strongly recommend not using them if you don't have to. We'll start there. But if you need to use them, right, make sure that you keep everything at least 3 feet away from them, from any of the heating equipment, that kind of stuff, because if something happens to fall on it or maybe it tips over, there's a chance that it could start a fire. And by keeping that 3-foot surrounding area clear of anything that could burn is a great way to start. That includes pets. That can be hard at times, but it can be done.
All right, and speaking of pets, kids, and everything else, as it gets colder and we get into these holiday months, we're going to see a lot of cooking and stuff. When we're thinking of heat from the heat sources, such as the oven, the heater, the whatever, talk a little bit more about that safety with those crazy kids or those pets.
Yeah. So just like we want to keep that 3-foot space around a space heater, keep a 3-foot space around all of your cooking appliances. Keep everybody 3 feet away. Basically, if you are within 3 feet, you should be cooking something. And if you're not cooking, you need to be at least 3 feet away from it. That's the easy way to remember that. One of the other things with that, don't use your appliances to heat your home.
That was going to be my next question for you.
Yeah, I read your mind.
You sure you don't want to do that?
Yeah, I am absolutely sure you don't want to do that. Right around the holidays, winter, it can get tough. It can be super cold. You can be running short on, finances to pay the heating bill, all that kind of stuff, just because you have an oven in your home. That is not the way to heat your home. That's actually very dangerous. We could go on for hours about that, but we're not going to. But just don't use your oven to heat your home. Now, what I do is if I'm cooking something in the oven and when I'm done, I'll leave the oven door cracked open so the heat does come out, but then it's closed when I'm done in the kitchen. So you can let the heat come out that way, but do not use your oven to heat your residence.
Again, check the manufacturer to make sure that that's recommended.
Right.
Not really, though. All right, next one. The fireplace kind of is the next area. I seem, you're waiting to have that first fire in the chimney. And when's the last time you cleaned the chimney, Dorn?
It would be 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Uh-oh.
Now, I have not burned in my chimney or my fireplace the last 2 years. So I go about every 2 to 3 years before I have it checked again before I burn. So I am due for a cleaning inspection by a chimney sweep.
What's the top reason for chimney fires?
I would not 100% sure on this, but if I were to look at everything, I believe it would be the buildup of creosote inside of your chimney. And that creosote, it comes from the burning of the wood, right? So it actually sticks to the inside of your flue in your chimney. And over time, it just builds up so much that when you start the next fire and you got a nice, good roaring fire, all that heat goes up past the creosote, which is combustible, and now you have a fire on the lining of the inside of your chimney.
Not good.
Not good.
Other heating, and it seems to be very popular, and I'm not sure good or bad how they work, but wood and pellet stoves, or these pellet heaters, very popular. Safety things around that, because it just I don't know much about it, so that's part of it. But any recommendations there for making sure that's ready to go.
Always refer to the manufacturer's recommendations. That's probably the easiest way to say this, but refer to their recommendations. Make sure that the installation was done by a professional. Make sure that the equipment is vented to the outside of your building and that it meets all the requirements for that, because that will help prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Also, with that, make sure you have the carbon monoxide detectors installed around these different places, because if you're using that for the major heating appliance in your house, that you have a chance of creating carbon monoxide in your home. You want to be sure to protect yourself against that.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I saw too in recommendation checking the smoke alarms during the heating season. Also important. What would you recommend on checking? What are we checking?
Well, we want to make sure, one, that they're there. Two, if there are batteries in them, that the batteries are actually present. Three, that they actually work. The leading cause of smoke detectors not working is batteries aren't present. It sounds really silly to say that, but that's the case. Most of the time, when the smoke detectors don't operate, it's because the batteries were taken out. Make sure they're there for a reason. They do a good job of what they're supposed to do.
All right, and finally, just overall for heat safety, we've got our smoke detectors. We've got our plan. I think it's just the plan of, and I don't know why, but I'm going to emphasize it all this year of checking all of these things, but also what do you do in different scenarios? How would you recommend building that plan, real quick?
Yeah, take a look at your layout of your house. Look at who's in your home on a regular basis. Right, and then kind of walk through what happens if this is the case. What do I do from here? And go through each one of those scenarios, whether that's a smoke alarm going off, maybe it's carbon monoxide detector, maybe there's actually a fire, right? And you can have it set up for one that's just a detector activation, one that's actually fire, one that's actually smoke. You can have them kind of all be different, but they all should end up being the same end goal. Everybody gets out, stays out, goes to the meeting place, and everyone is safe.
And I think that's important to tie into all of this because you might want to think twice if it's cold out there of where that meeting place is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be somewhere where you can get to a warm spot quickly, but also safely. All right, Doran, well, I appreciate the help. If people want to learn more about heat safety or fire safety, where can they find it?
You can always go to our fire department website, which is fitchburgwi.gov/fire. You can go there. We have a lot of information there, but it also takes you out to different places to find more information. So take a look. And if you can't find something that you're interested in about or want to know more about, let us know. There's an email there on the front page to email us.
Fantastic. I'm the only one that sends you emails all the time, so I know that you're getting them, that's for sure. All right, Doran, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy.
You bet. All right, Adam Doran, Fitchburg Fire Department. Check out the website, fitchburgwi.gov. Public Safety, Fire Department. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg Fire Department.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
All cleaned up here. All right. Let's go forward here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today for the Fitchburg Senior Center, the director, and my bestie, Jill McCone. I've never said that before, but I'm saying it now.
Like, who do you say that about every time? I'm going to watch all your shows from here on out. You better reserve that word for me.
Uh-oh. Well, I know I can't say. I may have called Andrew a bestie, but I've also called him
Fair
out
enough.
many times too. So anybody who watches the show knows that. Yeah.
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 I'll
I don't
take
know.
it though.
Well, I am glad to have you here, and we're starting a new month and a lot of fun
Mhm.
activities coming aboard here
Right.
this month. And we start first with some bittersweet news in the ukulele group.
Yeah, darn it all.
You're and when we were talking about this, and I remember when the group first got started, and I was thinking, this isn't where is this going? And
Right.
my goodness, have they gone above and beyond anything I think anybody expected?
Yeah, because I think, what was it, Mandy said 7 or 8 years she started.
Yeah.
Which seems crazy, but he had come in my office and she's like, I really want to learn to play the ukulele and start a group. And I was like, have at it. And at that point, that's like my dream come true. And people come in the office and say, I want to do something, and I'll do it. You don't really have to do much. So at that point, I remember we were like, well, to try to gauge some interest, we had a wonderful family that had given us money, memorial money. So we bought like 10 ukuleles, and then we just offered free practice and free lessons. And Judy Christie is the person we're talking about. She taught via YouTube, and lo and behold, 7, 8 years later, we got a group of almost 30, a lot of different ages, and they sing sometimes they do hula dancing, and they just have a blast. And so she's just got a lot going on in her life, and she created this wonderful group, and she's ready to kind of step back. And luckily, we've had 4 or 5 people step forward to say, we're going to try to fill her shoes. And it's taken about 4 or 5 people to do that. So the group will go on. But gosh, we just owe Judy a ton of thanks and gratitude for bringing this group to the center.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen their shows, I mean, you are missing out.
They're fun.
They're fun song. It's a whole thing, and it's not
the whole
just
thing.
Not just about the ukulele. I guess it's
right.
It's just fun, and I think that's the best part. And when you think of the senior center, to me, that's truly what the senior center is about: is fun and getting together. That is the epitome of everything you have going on there. So.
And fun is their acronym.
Is
Pittsburgh
it really?
Ukulele Network. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Right. So
well, thanks. Fun. Well, we'll cap it there. No, yeah. I'm glad congratulations anyway to Judy, and we'll look forward to it continuing on. So awesome stuff there. All right, totally switching gears here, talking a little bit about investment scams on February 23rd. Scams and scams and scams. My goodness.
Always so many scams. I can be scammed so easily too, because there's a lot of people that you just have faith in humanity, and then you just believe, and I want to live my life like that. But it's always good to kind of just keep things in check, and have a little bit of a trigger when things don't seem quite right. And this isn't more about this is about your investments and that kind of stuff. So it's not so much somebody calling you and saying, oh, I want to roof your house, or it's kind of more of an investment scam type focus. So there's a difference there, where we've had consumer protection before talk about frauds and scams. That's more of somebody calling as pretending to be your grandson or something like that. So a little bit different, but we've got good interest. So just call on in. I think he's going to show it. I don't know if they're going to have it here. I think you just zoom in. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep sharing that out, and I think it's good. I'm at the point where I'm like, there's a scam for that. Like, you could say anything, and I'd say there's a scam for that.
That's true.
That's where it is feeling. And it's not just seniors who are getting targeted, which I think when I would openly admit this and started talking about scams and stuff, like, that's the older problem. It's not me, but it's everyone. And and I think no matter what the population, I think the education piece for seniors has gotten so much better, and all ages are able to recognize it. And now it's the young ones that get scammed.
Well, it's just, it's just like a click away. Every scam is a click. Like, just click here, and you're like, oh yeah. And then, before you feel that internal trigger, like, oh shoot, I already clicked. So maybe we
Yeah.
can make it a new like saying, your next scam is a click away.
You got it. Inventing new things all the time here on this segment. Yes, indeed. Well, how about we try this one?
Okay.
Ballroom basics for balance.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see you ballroom dance. I guess that's where I'm at.
Okay, so I was, we had a demo last week, and I stayed late for it because it's going to be a 5 o'clock class, which is great because we had a new crop of people come that maybe can't come during the day or whatever. It was really fun to watch. They did a lot of balance exercising. You don't need a partner. I couldn't stay the whole time where I think they really did start dancing, but it really is a mind movement sort of exercise too. So they had them walking around doing certain dance steps, I guess, while introducing themselves to people, which, takes a lot when you're thinking about your steps and then you're also having a conversation. It's a really, really excellent way to work your mind in your body. And so it looked really fun. They were laughing. So anyway, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah,
so I think that, the class starts soon, right?
It certainly does. March 10th, 6 p.m. They'll be offering those classes, and it's a 10-week series at $60.
Yep.
But it sounds to me well worth it.
Sure.
I love the new time. I think that's great.
Me
hitting
too.
a different time frame, but
Yep.
also for people like myself who are not maybe interested in exercising or doing that other physical activity,
Right.
do something that's not only working on balance, but it's just getting you out and moving. I mean, that's a great alternative.
Yeah.
And I think having a series and a reason to go, it just makes it more, you got to do it. And you're going to have some fun with it too, which
Absolutely.
is part of it.
Yeah.
All right. Now explain this cardio drumming thing. Like this, is this real drumming? Like,
so that's going to be super fun too. And maybe you guys can put a link on there, but so you get these big exercise balls, that people sit on. So you kind of envision that, and then you put it in a bucket. So it's, you can reach it from standing, and then you have drumsticks and literally, you're drumming on this ball, but it's also incorporating exercise. So, whether you're hitting the ball and moving your arm up and hitting the ball and, in your legs. And so it's like dancing and drumming at the same time. I'm super excited about it. And so, get signed up. We got a wonderful volunteer who came in and blew up all the balls, and they're jam packed in your Fact TV office as we speak, Jeremy.
Well, I haven't been down there to take a peek. We walked through there.
You won't even notice. They're all tucked away real tight.
You won't even notice the ball.
As you trip over all these balls.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we'll end it there, Jill. Thank you so much. If you want to learn more, go to the website, find the newsletter, and say hi to Jill while you're down there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jill, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you next month.
Jeremy.
You bet. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg. You won't even notice them.
You won't. I was like, oh, these, like.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show for the day. I want to thank Adam Dorn for the Fitchburg Fire Department, and of course our friends on the Senior Center for helping us out, keeping you up to date. Remember, check out their newsletter and the website for the latest information. And if you're signing up for programs, use their program tab that's on the website, which helps them get you signed up faster at the Senior Center. As we wrap up, remember you can stay connected with Fact TV. Andrew says he wants 10 more likes by the end of this week. Can you make it happen?